that
Adult friendships are really hard.
when you left your maid of honor,
What does this next chapter look like?
do you want to say anything to her? What was the final straw? I mean,
There wasn't
almost nobody would give that up
Yeah.
and start from scratch. And that's why I respect you so much.
No, it was terrifying. I had to, Alex and I had a conversation. This was not this is a lot of thinking and praying and analyzing. And we looked at each other and we're just kind of like, are we basically willing to lose everything and start from scratch? Because again, Alex had just started his own business. We had bought this farm that was it was a stretch, but we really wanted it. And I was like, I could leave and it could backfire on me immediately. Nobody could care. Maybe I wouldn't make any money. Maybe I would have no anything. And I basically just had to decide, does that matter to me? And it didn't.
And it worked.
Yeah. But it wasn't because I was yeah.
1 million subs in 1 month when you launched your new show.
Yeah. It was very humbling and gratifying. I was like, okay. But it's terrifying. And I literally, our conversation was are we willing? My mom had just decided to move to Nashville. I was like, are we willing to go move back in with her and literally start over? If you're funding our life now, Alex, and I can't help it all and I'm making no money, if all of it went away. And at the end of the day, I don't really care about being famous. It comes with what I do, but I would be just as happy if I was telling stories in a different capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's finding the root of what you love to do and then applying it. I don't need this to survive. I don't crave it. I do it because I love sharing stories with people. I love hopefully making them think differently about the world. I love making people feel like they're not alone in whatever they're going through, whether that's on my subscription platform where we do our Dear Brett series and I'm able to talk to people. I had a girl last week, talk to me about, she has a grandfather with dementia who is, forgetting who she is and has gotten violent and is how do you go through that? How do you still love somebody and be there but protect yourself and know that that isn't the person that you know anymore. I got to talk about my brother, which I don't often get to do. And it's I've had so much crap happen in 23 years. It's I hope that I can make somebody's life a little better if they haven't experienced this and they're now going through it for the first time. I hope I can make you feel less crazy about the world and feel less alone. But I don't have to have 4 million or 1 million subs to do that. That isn't why I do this. I could go back to Trader Joe's and I'd be happy.
Well, you just described the why.
Yeah.
And you hit it. And you seem very fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's good to see. Not a lot of people have that, man.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people feel fulfilled in what they're doing.
Yeah. And that was the first step to freedom. Of being I'm okay if this doesn't work and I'm willing to fight to make that happen.
When you left, your maid of honor, best friend, was it Reagan? Is that her name? Took over the comments section. How did that feel?
Friendships are hard.
Are you guys still friends?
I don't say so.
Would you like to still be friends?
Of course. I talked about that actually in another Dear Brett thing. Adult friendships are really hard. You always think it's going to get easier. Kind of just gets harder. And with more people knowing who you are and having influence and having eyes on you, then you kind of question people's motives in being friends with you, and it's kind of a hard knowing how to meet people, and so I'm I'm like loyal to maybe a fault. But I like,
Do you feel that she was disloyal in taking the role?
no, she's an adult. And this is what I will always stand by. You have to make the decision that is good for you and your family. I did that, and she did that.
Why do you think the friendship fell apart? If you wish her the best of success.
Friendships are hard.
Do you want to say anything to her?
That's a difficult question. That at the end of the day, I wish you success and I wish you well. And I hope that she chases the things that she wants, and I never wish that, to not work for anybody. But I mean that genuinely. There have been so many people that have come in and out of my life over the years. And I think that it's important to let go. Can't control everything, even though you might like to. People make their own decisions. Sometimes it hurts. But at the end of the day, everybody's figuring it out. And we make choices, we live with choices, we do what we believe is best for us and our goals and our dreams. So yeah.
Good for you.
That's a healthier way to handle it.
Good for you. How long was it after you left the Daily Wire that you started it?
My last day was December 10th. And I think we started the show at the end of January, I believe. It was a good rest period. I had a lot to consider and recalibrate and reflect on. And it seemed a lot longer in the moment, because you go from to silence. It was really nice. And I had to think about a lot of the things that we've just spoken about. And I had already been thinking about that for months leading up to that. Of the why and the how. And what can I build and how can I produce it in a way that is authentic, that is meaningful, that doesn't compromise values. And I wanted to do right by people. I care so deeply about this audience and this community that I've built, and I know that they trust me, and I care for them, and I wouldn't have what I have today. I mean, they've changed my life in a myriad of ways, where it's like having this community of people that tunes in and watches you, it makes me better. It makes me articulate. It makes me have more integrity with myself. Like, they hold me to high standards and encourage me to continue holding myself to high standards. I think about the impact that I'm having in the world on a much broader scale. I want to make sure I am being consistent with what I say on screen and what I'm doing in my personal life. And if I'm saying I believe in independent voices and freedom and doing what you believe in and standing strong in that, I have to do the same, and I can't. Like, it just forces you to go. Like, I think if you are a person with integrity and you have eyes on you and you're speaking about that, I don't know how you can not do that behind the scenes. I just I can't comprehend that. And so I think it was really good. I spent months thinking of like, what is the best way? What does this next chapter look like? And there was a lot that I wanted to consider in terms of, Alex is in my life, and I do want to be a mom, and that's the thing that I've dreamt about for my entire childhood and, life and now, and how can I build a life and a career where I get to do what I love, but I get to be the kind of mother that I want to be and have the kind of balance that I hope to have. And again, if it didn't work, if nobody cared, I would be fine. I would, having babies, working a job, being with my family, being with the people that I love might not be as exciting as some of the stuff that I get to do, but that's a really good life. And at the end of the day, that's what I think about.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like,